I've been taking my cameras to a bunch of different restaurants here in Mesa, but this afternoon I thought I'd do something a little bit different and take my GoPro into a local 7-Eleven. Elevens are actually one of my favorite places around the world. When I lived in Taipei, I mean, I was astonished at everything you could buy at a 7-Eleven in Taipei. And not only everything you could buy there, everything you could do. I mean, you could go to 7-Eleven to buy train tickets, plane tickets, bus tickets, pick up packages, send money, receive money, get any number of drinks, you know, mixed drinks, fancy drinks, microwavable meals, on and on. And I remember thinking so many times that whatever they were paying the clerks at 7-Eleven in Taipei, it wasn't enough, because the number of things those clerks had to be able to do at any point was astonishing. You know, customers could walk in and ask for one of hundreds of items or services, and these clerks would have to know how to do all of these different things. You know, pay their cell phone bill, pay their electricity bill. You could buy theater tickets, movie tickets, all these things you could do at 7-Eleven. It just blew my mind. I don't think the 7-Elevens in Thailand are quite as developed as the ones in Taipei. I don't think they offer quite the same range of services, but they do offer a very good selection of food. At least I think it's a good selection of food. But as I've said many times in these videos, I'm a very simple man when it comes to food. I can be satisfied with very simple but yet tasty meals. And that's where I'm heading right now. I'm gonna head into 7-Eleven and pick up a couple of my favorite meals. Very exciting. There are a lot of 7-Elevens in Mesa, of course, as in every city apparently in Southeast Asia. But this one here, I think, is the closest to my guest house. And I'm not entirely sure whether my favorite meals will be available or how many microwavable meals there will be. And that's because they get orders, right? A truck will show up and drop off a whole bunch of stuff, and then people buy it. They might run out of certain things, so you never know when you go in what they're going to have and what they won't have. And speak of the trucks, you know, right behind me, a delivery truck is showing up. And they have a new innovation here that I noticed the other day. And I'll show you something for the you know, hand sanitizers that are so popular now. A lot of people have commented that with the hand sanitizers, there's a little bit of a flaw in the system because every person puts their hand on the bottle and depresses the plunger to get the hand sanitizer. And they've come up with a way to avoid that problem here at 7-Eleven, and I'll show you what I mean. So this is the gizmo I was talking about. They now have the hand sanitizer set up with a foot pedal. So you can just press down with your foot, and then you get a good spray of the hand sanitizer, and then you don't have to touch the bottle anymore. So it took a while for these to show up, but it's kind of cool that they have this innovation here at 7-Eleven now. So there it is there, the hand sanitizer, the bottle, and then down there the foot pedal. So that's very cool. And of course you still have to get your temperature taken when you go in. I guess my temperature was okay. They scanned me and let me in. They still have the Thai Chana system here, where you could log in with the website, by scanning the QR code. But I don't see a lot of people doing that anymore. And they used to have a system here where you could also sign in on a logbook and note the time you come in and the time you go out. But that system has kind of fallen by the wayside as well. So here we are inside 7-Eleven. And I don't know what 7-Elevens are like in Canada these days, you know, whether they offer the same range of food and drinks. Maybe they do, but somehow I doubt it. Here, you know, I'm just near the front counter. And here, near the counter, you know, they've got all these baked goods here. And they're generally some kind of, you know, sausages or hot dogs here. And then all kinds of snacks there as well. And of course, they can make any number of hot drinks, iced coffees, espressos, cappuccinos, lattes, and fraps. Yeah, fraps or frappes? Fraps. So yeah, any number of drinks that you can get. And for me, this is the most interesting section because these are all of the microwavable meals. You know, you've got all these burgers, chicken burgers, hamburgers with cheese, and then a large range of rice dishes, you know, pasta, you know, almost anything you want. You know, let's take a look at a couple of them. What have we got here? Green curry chicken with rice. Wow, that's a new one actually. I haven't even seen that one before. This is actually one of my favorites because lately I'm a real pasta guy. Fried macaroni with chicken. There's stir-fried basil chicken with rice. Deep-fried fish with herbs and spicy sauce with rice. Looks tasty. And this is another one of my favorites that I might get today. The stir-fried soy sauce noodles with pork. And seems to have changed. I remember I started to like this meal because it was like one of the biggest you could get here. So it was like really heavy and really good value. But it feels like they're starting to cut back on the amount. It doesn't have the same heft as it used to have. Some more to round out the selection. Spicy minced pork and grilled pork with rice. Stir-fried basil chicken spaghetti. And then they have a whole range of meats here, you know, like classic bologna and spicy bologna, spicy like hot dogs, classic hot dogs, and on and on and on. You can buy dumplings. Ooh, I haven't actually had it. I've never had these. Wonton with Japanese sauce. More wontons. No. I might actually try these just for fun because I haven't had those before. And they also have all of these like breakfast style sandwiches, like barbecue pork and cheese toasted sandwich, double ham and cheese toasted sandwich, shredded pork with salad cream sandwich. Here at the bottom, you know, whole range of other snacks. Look at that. Pickled mango you could pick up. Bento crab flavored stick. And they even have pre-cooked eggs. One interesting thing about 7-Elevens is that if you want to buy beer, which is what's in this hidden cabinet, you can only do that at certain times. So it's not often that I have a beer, but occasionally I've thought to myself, you know, a beer would be nice. But almost every single time I'm in a 7-Eleven at the wrong time, and they're not allowed to sell me any alcohol. So they can only sell liquor and alcohol from 11 until 2, and then from 5 until midnight. And I always seem to end up here between 2 and 5. And if you're here in between that time, you're not allowed to buy beer or whiskey or anything else, you know, that they sell. And they actually have this curtain on the inside, and then they set up this curtain just to block it off. And when 5 o'clock comes, they'll remove that curtain, and then you can buy beer. In the meantime, of course, you can buy all the other cold drinks. And, of course, everything else that 7-Eleven has to offer. And then there's all kinds of yogurts and things like that. Looks like my favorite yogurt is missing. I think it's the one that usually sits here. And they even have frozen dishes, you know, that you can take home and cook yourself. So it really is like a full-on supermarket in a way. About the only thing they don't have is like fresh vegetables and things like that that you would get at a market. So this is me in 7-Eleven with all of my options for dinner tonight. So I'm gonna have to pick out a couple for tonight. And what shall we go for? So I think I'm going to try these wontons just to see what they're like. Oh, prices, by the way. I mean, these wontons are 29 baht, and all of these meals, they kind of range around the, you know, 30 to 50 baht, like 30, 35, 40, 45 baht, you know, for all of these different meals, which, considering, you know, the quality of the food, to me, it's actually a pretty good value, I think. You can also get chicken spaghetti with tomato sauce, which I've had in the past, and that's actually pretty good, I think. I'm actually tempted to get that tonight. Shrimp omelet with rice. Stir-fried chili chicken and yard-long bean with rice. That looks pretty good. I've had this one in the past, charcoal grilled chicken with rice. It's actually pretty tasty. And there's another one, fried rice with Korean-style chicken. Check out this one. Fried fish with chili sauce with riceberry mixed jasmine rice. So just for fun, I'm going to get this meal, which I've never had before. Green curry chicken with rice. I just like the looks of the curry sauce over there. See what that tastes like. And so that's a rice dish. And I think I'm also going to get one pasta dish. And I think I'm going to get this one as my pasta. Stir-fried soy sauce noodles with pork. That and the rice and my wontons. And that is going to be my dinner tonight. All right, just leaving 7-Eleven. They microwaved the meals for me. You know, they stab the top of the plastic with a fork or a knife or something to let the air out as it cooks. And then they toss it into these really powerful microwaves. I didn't film them doing that. I just figured those 7-Eleven clerks, they work hard enough. They don't need me sticking a camera in their face, you know, while they're doing their job. So I left them in peace. And I'm just going to bring my snacks back to my room and enjoy them there. As I try once more to cross the busy streets of Mesot. The food that I picked up today is a little bit unusual because I got 3 meals. I might normally have one or, you know, two at the most. But since I got three of them, it came to 111 baht total for the three. The rice, the pasta, and the wontons. And 111 baht, that comes to about $3.50 US. And with those three together, should be a pretty filling dinner, I would think. Early dinner, actually. Still kind of early in the day here. I just thought I would do this when it is still light out, you know, when there's still lots of sunshine. So it's a little bit early for dinner for me, but that's okay. For my 7-Eleven adventure. Okay, it is 7-Eleven Snackorama time. So in case you forgot, we have our wonton with Japanese sauce right there. And I green curry chicken with rice. I don't want to tilt that because the curry will spill all over the place. And very exciting, have my stir-fried soy sauce noodles with pork right there. Never before has 7-Eleven food been treated so seriously. This is a 2-camera shoot. I've got my GoPro over there, and then I have my Panasonic over here to give us some close-up views of this food. And there are the wontons, the curry rice, and the soy sauce noodles. Okay, I'm going to start off with my wontons. Oh, okay. I think the sauce for the wonton is separate. Fish sauce with chili. Is that what's supposed to go with this? Because there is no actual sauce inside there with the wontons. So there are the wontons. They look pretty tasty to me. I've already added the spicy fish sauce. And let's give them a try. No, they're all right. You know, wontons are wontons. I'm sure in the market, anywhere where you get, you know, fresh ones in the market or in a restaurant, they're going to be better than this. But these, yeah, these aren't bad at all. Well, if you're hungry, yeah, tastes great to me. As always, I can gauge my hunger by just how quickly I you know, work my way through one of these. Very good. Yeah, no worries at all. They're very tasty. Now, time to try some of this green curry chicken with rice. Actually, that looks really good. And there is the green curry chicken with rice. Looks very tasty. And I think I'm going to switch over to a spoon or something like that, just to make it easier to eat this than with chopsticks. If I were sitting at a table, maybe I'd keep going with the chopsticks, but since I'm here inside my guest house room, safer to go with a spoon. Neater. Curry chicken with rice. Let's see what the sauce tastes like. Wow, that is really good. Wow, I like that a lot. I am surprised. That is, to me, that tastes like a curry. I keep talking about this, that in all these restaurants here, I keep ordering curry after curry, expecting to get like a really spicy curry flavor, and I never seem to get that. This meal from 7-Eleven is the first actual curry that I think of as curry, that I've had in a long time. This is really tasty. That is really good. So there you go. I have a bit of rice with this curry sauce. There's something else in here. I assume this is potato or some kind of squash or something, but I think it's potato. Nope. It's not potato, but I don't know what that is. This is really tasty. I am really pleased with this. That is so good. This is like one of the most flavorful meals that I've had in a long time. Yeah, and some nice big pieces of chicken in there too. Look at that. It's a big, big piece of chicken. This is so good. Apparently, I never know what to order in a restaurant, but when it comes to a 7-Eleven, I am the master. As I said, I've never had this one before. I've never seen it before, so this is kind of a new meal in the 7-Eleven arsenal. Wow, I almost wish I got 2 of these instead of my noodle dish. Wow. Yeah, it's got some bite to it. It's spicy, but really, really good. Well, I'm going to set that aside for a minute and then move on to my noodle dish for now, just because I have it. But man, to be honest, I just want to keep eating this. That is so good. Maybe a spicy wonton as a palate cleanser. I'm such a happy man right now. This is so good. Time for the next meal, the next dish, I should say, in my 7-Eleven meal. There's a close-up of my stir-fried noodles with pork and veggies. And as I said, when I first had this meal, I mean, it was actually a long time ago on a previous visit to Mesot. When I discovered it, it was actually much bigger, like it was more in the dish. And I think, if I'm being cynical, I think these companies do that on purpose. When they introduce a dish, they give you a lot, and then they get people to like it, and then they slowly reduce the amount that you get. And I'm wondering whether my, curry meal is a little bit like that. That since this meal has just been introduced, maybe they're making it really good and with a lot of chicken and a lot of curry sauce, and then over time they're going to reduce the amount. But I don't know. Maybe that's just me being cynical. Okay. So, as I said, there is my noodle dish. I've had this one before, so I kind of know what it's all about. And I like it a lot just because it's simple and it has some veggies in it, some scrambled eggs. And it's simple and filling, basically, and I kind of, sometimes I'm in the mood for a meal like that. Then you get nice chunks of meat in there, to get your protein. It's a good meal. It's kind of sweet. This one is a little bit sweet. But its main attraction for me is what I said, it's basically simple and very filling. So I think I'm going to turn off the camera now and then just sort of settle in and enjoy the rest of my meal. I'm so looking forward to getting back to the rest of that curry. That is so good. I'll check in with you at the end of the meal. Give you my summary, my review of 7-Eleven. That is it for my 7-Eleven adventure today. Yeah, it was a good meal. I mean, if I had to criticize anything, it is, of course, that the portions for me are a bit small. One of those, which is intended to be a meal, really isn't a meal for me. I would pretty much always have to have two to make a meal. But out of the dishes that I had today, the clear winner, of course, was the green chicken and the green chicken curry with rice, with whether it was potatoes or whatever else that big chunks of vegetable were. I'm not really sure what those were. I tried to do a Google Translate on the packaging to come up with ingredients, but it just came up as gibberish. So I have no idea what else is in there. So there you have it, a trip to 7-Eleven in Mesot, Thailand, and all the different foods that you can get there. So yeah, if I go back, I'll definitely have that chicken curry again. Before I shut down the camera and end this video for today, I thought I'd show you a couple of things around my room. Just some amusing things, perhaps, things I've mentioned in the past, give you a little bit of an update. In a previous video, I talked about the police impound lot and all the crashed cars that show up there. Like every day, new cars show up, and then cars are taken away. Tow trucks come and go. These flatbed trucks come and go, drop off cars, pick up cars, and take them away. And all that activity is always happening right outside my window. And I can show you what that looks like. So that's the window there. And just outside that window, as you can see, is the police impound lot. So you can see some of the crashed cars out there. And if I'm very careful and I don't scare him away, I can show you my one of my resident geckos. This is the gecko that snuck into my room one time, and then I opened the, there he goes. This is where he normally lives. You can just see him there on the window pane. Oh, just ran up and then he just scooted outside. So I have the window open, a crack here on the top, and then along the side there, along the edge, and then he can go in and out anytime he wants. Yeah, there. Oh, there's two of them up there. Oh, there's like a whole colony of geckos living in this window now. But anyway, that's where the geckos hang out, inside this window frame. And if you keep this screen closed, they can't come into the room, and they feel safe and secure in there because I usually have the curtain closed anyway. I also mentioned in a previous video the ice ball maker that Brett gave me. Just wanted to show you something in my freezer here. I've kind of got an ice factory going on right now. So here's the freezer. There is the ice ball maker, and as you can see, I've got 3 icebergs, 3 ice glaciers already made here, and I've sort of been making them and stockpiling them. So I have a whole bunch of them in here, ready to go at any time. And that is it for the adventures for today, my small adventures. And as always, I will see you in the next video. And as always, my little colony of ants, always on the move here, still keeping me company. And this is the part of the wall, where for some reason they're always traveling back and forth, going from the window and then up into that top left corner and disappearing. They seem to be a little bit scattered today. They don't seem to know where they want to go. They're wandering all over the place. But this is where the ants go marching.